Paulo Coelho said, "You can't change the wind, but you can adjust the sails to reach your destination." Good morning and welcome. I am Panjami KS from Department of Commerce, here to present a PowerPoint presentation on the topic Impact of COVID-19 on Business and Industries. These are unprecedented times we live in. Who would have imagined at the beginning of this year that this deteriorating coronavirus would sweep our normal life in its terrible wake? As we all know, the entire world is in the clutches of COVID-19 and is passing through the worst uncertainty. The Indian economy has been hit hard by the ongoing pandemic-driven global crisis. This pestiferous coronavirus has carried unpredicted fluctuations in the business and industrial sectors globally, and the world is confronting an economic downfall. Given the nature of the disease, which is highly contagious, the ways to contain the spread include policy actions like imposition of social distancing, self-isolation at home, closure of institutions and public facilities, and even lockdown of an entire nation. There are primarily two major challenges that the Indian economy is facing at this point. Firstly, to save the country from the spread of the virus, which is a health emergency. And secondly, to save the country from unfolding its economic uncertainty. Although India has managed till date in containing the spread of the virus, the pandemic has already disrupted the normal economic activities and life in our country. These are the graphical representations showing the impact of COVID-19 on different industries. Those industries that has been most and least impacted by the pandemic. Now let's discuss about three industrial sectors that has been negatively impacted by COVID-19. The first one is the tourism sector. The tourism industry has been one of the largest contributors to India's GDP in recent years, increasing from a share of 6.70% in 2017 to 9.20% in 2018. The Government of India has focused on making India a global tourism destination by promoting schemes like Incredible India, Aditi Devo Bhava, etc. The pandemic has severely impacted the tourism industry globally and covering sectors like hospitality, travel agents, tour operators, and all others. In this situation, India is not an exception. The tourism industry has seen a decline during 2020. According to the Booking.com report, 86% of the Indian travelers are planning to take more health and safety related precautions while traveling in the future, and 71% are opting to avoid certain destinations altogether due to safety concerns. When compared with the global trend for avoiding certain destinations due to the safety concerns, India has been ranked second globally. The hotel, travel and aviation sector together may incur a loss of around 8,500 crores due to the restrictions imposed by the government, as per the reports of the Indian Association of Tour Operators. Unlike other industries, the tourism industry would take a longer period to return to its normality, since the tourists need to ensure that the situation is really safe and secure to travel. And also, these industries need to take several actions like disinfecting the major tourism destinations and all other safety measures in the future. These are a few suggestions for mitigating the effect of COVID-19 on tourism industry. Removal of fees of any upcoming licenses and permit renewal for hospitality and travel industries. Postponement of all statutory dues like GST, advance tax, PF, custom duties, excise fees, etc. Restoration of SEIS scripts for duty credit of 10% to tourism, travel and hospitality, and the concept of travel bubble and other digital solutions. So, what do you mean by a travel bubble? Travel bubbles are a temporary arrangement between countries or regions within a country that allows for a safe travel without the requirement of a 14-day quarantine. The main aim is to create safe passage for travel in an attempt to normalize the economic activity. Australia and New Zealand have been the countries to first discuss this plan. Under these circumstances, India could also consider the same to keep this industry afloat. Next is the aviation sector. Aviation is the indispensable part of transportation of any nation, which has now come to a standstill due to the ongoing pandemic. Those airlines, which were the sources of fast transportations, are now found responsible to be transporting virus. Due to this, the government organization has prioritized public health over economic growth and halted all their flying operations. However, some of the countries have initiated their domestic flying operations to fulfill the essential requirement of their citizens, but that incurs only losses for them. According to the International Air Transport Association, airlines globally can lose in passenger revenues of up to $113 billion. The airfares have also come under pressure due to nearly 30% decline in bookings to virus-affected areas, and as a result, airfares to virus-affected destinations have fallen by 20 to 30%. The domestic traffic growth is also declining since passengers are either cancelling or postponing their travel plans. The companies like GoAir, SpiceJet, and Indigo will go into a huge loss due to non-operation, huge requirement of investment for the recovery operations, and the cancellation of large-scale flights. Suggestions for mitigating the effect on the aviation sector. Financial aid should be given in terms of reduction in airport charges, overflight fees, taxation on passenger security, etc. Financial aid to deal with the higher expenses incurred to prevent the spread of the virus, such as screening of passengers, disinfection, and all those safety measures. Then suspending the invoking bankruptcy under IBC for companies in aviation sector. Oil marketing companies should be directed to extend unsecured interest-free credit terms to the aviation sector. Also, the rationalization of VAT charged on aviation turbine fuel, which can grant a temporary relief to the airlines. Next is the MSMEs. The MSME sector in India is the second largest employment generator after agriculture, which also acts as a breeding ground for entrepreneurs and innovators, with a considerable support in strengthening the business ecosystem. The countrywide lockdown has dragged the MSME owners, employees, and all other stakeholders at unexpected times where no one had experience to deal with this kind of situation before. The extended lockdown had negative impacts on procurement of raw material, distribution of finished goods, availability of the workforce to work in the supply and production process. Nearly 50% of the MSMEs have witnessed 20 to 50% impact on their earnings. You can see here the graphical representation showing the degree of impact of COVID-19 on MSMEs. Also, within the MSMEs, the small-sized firm earnings were the most affected, and a sharp decline at the operating level has also impacted the creditworthiness of this industry. Few suggestions for the mitigation. Wage support can be given to labor-intensive MSME units to incentivize them to retain their employees and to avoid large number of layoffs by the firms. The government should encourage the banks to increase the share of lending to MSMEs with a flat increase rates that would free up their attention from liquidity shortfalls so that they could concentrate on their core business. The government should reduce duties on imports to safeguard the MSMEs from their soaring prices of imported inputs. The government should also take initiatives at the international platforms like G20 to address the global world trade slowdown through policy consideration and collective action. Amidst those industries that has been negatively impacted by COVID-19, there are a few sectors that has also been positively impacted. First one, the hygiene industry. With the outbreak of COVID-19 since January 2020, the demand for hygiene products like hand sanitizers, disinfectants, etc. has grown at an exemplary growth rate. Since the virus being novel, the government organization has laid down guidelines to maintain the hygiene with the use of these products. This has created a huge difference in the demand and supply graph of these products. The demand for these products will also continue to grow even in the post-pandemic world. Next is the e-commerce industry. The e-commerce market in India is set to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 19.6% between 2019 and 2023. This growth has been revised up considering the positive impact of COVID-19 outbreak, since the consumers has continuously shifted to online spending to avoid contact with the vectors. Next is the IT industry. Compared to many other industries, the IT industry is set to have a market boom in the next 5 years, that is by 2025. The main reason for this being the increased demand for software and social media platforms like Google Hangouts, Google Classroom, WhatsApp video call, Zoom, etc. during this lockdown period. Next is the banking, financial services and insurance or BFSI. This crisis provided the BFSI space with an unparalleled opportunity to bring about a fundamental change in the way that it functions. So, this sector has also been positively impacted by the pandemic. One small virus has devastated the entire world, which is beyond imagination. It has created a lot of consequences like changed mindset of people, challenges for the industries, and a shake in the world economic order. But it is certain that we are adapting to these changes in a permanent manner. But it is also important that we should improve the capabilities in order to counter the consequences of these type of unforeseen events. However, every crisis brings about new opportunities to rethink and new strategies to adopt, and one can be sure that there is always light at the end of the tunnel. Right now, all that we can hope is that we can survive this lockdown period and emerge stronger by curbing the spread of the virus. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.